I've been saying for a really long time, and I know people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but I still stand by it. I'm still standing on this point that I think Elon Musk is 100% a fraud. And in this video, I'll show you why I think he is a fraud and why he's just trying to pander to the right to get certain things that he wants out of the right in the future. I'll go into all of that later, and maybe in another video, I'll go into more detail on it, but I'll share my hypothesis on why he's doing this a little bit later. But as you can see on the screen right here, Jeremy Boring, who owns the Daily Wire, I believe he is the co-owner of the Daily Wire. Correct me if I'm wrong on that in the comments. He tweeted this out this morning. Twitter canceled a deal with the Daily Wire to premiere What is a Woman for free on the platform because of 2 instances of misgendering. I'm not kidding. Here's what happened. And if you can't hear, if you don't know what my voice normally sounds like, it doesn't sound like this. My voice is definitely gone, so I'm not going to read this entire thread. I would recommend you going check it out for yourself. But pretty much the summary is Jeremy Boring tweeted out a whole thread talking about how Twitter initially had agreed to releasing Matt Walsh's film, What is a Woman, the documentary, the very, very viral documentary that kind of put Matt Walsh on the map, kind of made Matt Walsh mainstream, especially in the conservative space. Everybody knows who Matt Walsh is, and everybody knows that he made What is a Woman and how legendary the documentary was. I definitely think it was one of the best pieces of content that any conservative has put out to this point. You know, I don't agree with everything that the Daily Wire has done, especially recently. I think they've been doing some weird things with the Trump versus DeSantis situation, but that's for a different video. You know, this one is all about, you know, standing up for Matt Walsh and also exposing why Elon Musk is actually a fraud. Also, Steven Crowder, I didn't pull this up for this video, but Steven Crowder is also, he released a video standing with Matt Walsh and with the Daily Wire, and we all know that they have been having a ton of beef recently and over the last year, really, but it also kicked off again recently with Steven Crowder's divorce and Candace Owens getting involved in that divorce. So it's good to see that Steven Crowder is even standing with the Daily Wire, even through this whole situation. It's a really interesting thread. You should go check it out. Pretty much, there was 2 instances of misgendering in the film. As you can see right here, Twitter clarified they only removed misgendering from their policy because they didn't need to be that specific, but that they still consider misgendering abuse and harassment. They gave us the opportunity to edit the film to comply, and we denied or declined. So pretty much what he's saying here is that they originally, before Elon, I guess, bought Twitter, they had misgendering as a, you know, a very blatant abuse of the policy or a very blatant violation of the policy of harassment. Now they removed the word misgendering, but you still can get dinged for harassment if you misgender someone, which is pretty much, it's pretty BS, man. It really is BS. Like I said, a good thread, interesting thread. Here at the end, he says, I hope Elon Musk will consider this awful policy or reconsider this awful policy. If we can't debate these issues on Twitter, where can we debate them? If conservatives aren't welcomed on Twitter, where are they welcome? It's unlikely another centibillionaire will come along to offer an alternative. We plan to post the movie anyway tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, which will Twitter make a good on their threat to throttle it and label it hateful conduct, or will Twitter live up to its great promise? We'll all find out together. And here's End Wokeness saying concerning, leftism saying absolute insanity, and here's Elon Musk actually responding. It says, this was a mistake by many people at Twitter. It is definitely allowed. Whether or not you agree with someone using preferred pronouns, not doing so is at most rude and certainly breaks no laws. I should note that I do personally use preferred pronouns just as I use someone's preferred name, simply from the standpoint of good manners. However, for the same reason, I object to rude behavior, ostracism, or threats of violence if the wrong pronoun or name is used. Here, Jeremy Boring responds to Elon Musk and says, I appreciate the reply. We posted the 2 clips flagged by Twitter, and they were indeed labeled hateful conduct, and share functions were disabled on the post. We are trying to reach your team to determine what this means for these posts, whether or not our event tonight will be allowed to proceed unencumbered, or whether we will be allowed to purchase the live event page and reach blocks as originally agreed. I appreciate your view of polite behavior, but our business is to debate public policy and philosophy. As such, we have an obligation to speak in ways consistent with our position. Our hope is that Twitter remains a place where we are free to do so. Here is Matt Walsh actually responding to the situation, who again is the one who created the film in question here. Thanks for the response, Elon Musk. Does this mean we can post the film with full reach and everything else we agreed to? Also, the What is a Woman trend keeps disappearing from the trends list. Is it still blacklisted? It most likely is, because like I said, man, Elon Musk is an absolute fraud, and here's why I think he's doing this. Here's why I think he's pandering so hard to the right, why he's buying Twitter and acting like he's all for freedom of speech. But if you followed the Eliza Blue situation at all on my channel, which I'm sure many of you haven't, I don't expect all of you to, But if you have any idea about the Eliza Blue situation, and I'm sure there's many other situations just like this as well, and I'm not going to go into the entire thing, but if you know about the Eliza Blue situation, if not, go check it out, because you'll definitely understand that Elon Musk is a complete fraud from that situation. But if you know anything about that, then you know that Elon doesn't actually care about freedom of speech. He doesn't actually put that at the forefront of Twitter. He doesn't care about any of that, man. He still has his favorites. He still has certain people who he'll censor things for, and he'll definitely do it for money. What I think is going on here, I think he wants to gain the appeal of the right. I think he wants to gain the favor of the right and gain the trust of the right, because he knows that the left will take anything. They'll inject anything into their body as long as the government is telling them to. And what's going to happen with Neuralink, we see that there's things moving, you know, that Neuralink is moving now. The FDA, I think, just approved it for trials. So he wants to gain the favor, gain the trust of the right, because he knows that the right are the ones who wouldn't take the jab when it came to the CV-19 stuff, and the left just put anything in their body that doesn't matter. He wants everyone to get injected with this Neuralink stuff. He wants everybody to get Neuralink, so he's trying to gain the good favor, gain the trust of the right, because he knows that the left will already take it as soon as it comes out, because they'll put anything inside their body. They have no discretion when it comes to that kind of thing. That's what I think. It goes a lot deeper than that, but here, you know, that's my quick explanation for why I think Elon is doing what he's doing. Let me know what you guys think, though, in the comments about this whole situation. I don't think Elon Musk has responded to Matt Walsh here and said for sure if the What is a Woman doc will get blacklisted or not, but I think that this whole situation just proves that Elon is a fraud. I understand that he responded and said this was a mistake by many people at Twitter. It is definitely loud. I understand that, but at the same time, like, I just think that he's trying to play into the right wing, man. I think that if this wouldn't have been called out publicly on Twitter and got so many people talking about it, by Jeremy Boring, by Matt Walsh, by Ben Shapiro, by all these big names on the right wing, if nobody would have called it out, he wouldn't have cared. And like I said, man, if you paid attention at all to the Eliza Blue situation, you know that he doesn't care. You know, for certain people, he'll do certain things, and for other people, he won't do those things. But he doesn't care about freedom of speech. He cares about gaining the favor of the right, so you put that chip in your head, and he cares about money. That's it. In my opinion. Let me know in the comments. I know that this is going to piss people off, because, you know, Daddy Elon Musk. But you know, I think even Ben Johnson responded to this tweet and said, "Common Elon W." Like, dude, it's just the Elon cultist just cringe me out so hard, man. He's not who you think he is. He's just not. And, you know, a couple of years ago, you would all agree with me. But now Elon buys Twitter. Randomly, he's all about freedom of speech. And everybody's just buying into it. Everybody's like, yeah, Elon's 100% for freedom of speech. I'm hitching my wagon to Elon Musk. Dude, it's just, you're way too quick to hitch your wagons to people, man. It happens over and over again. The right hitches their wagon to this new savior. And then a few months later, you find out they're a fraud. And you're so shocked that this person could betray you like this. It happens over and over and over again. Just stop doing it. Stop trusting these weirdos. Stop trusting these you know, they're just lying to you. Stop trusting people like Elon Musk. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this situation with Matt Walsh, What is a Woman, and Elon Musk and the rest of the Daily Wire. What do you think about the censorship? Do you think it's nefarious by Elon, or do you think it was simply a mistake? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments about the whole situation.